Bye bye. All right. Bye bye. Yeah, so I'm kind of messed up, but we're gonna try our best anyway. So, hey, Janet. Terry is first, then Janet, Dana, Tam Reeves is in, Trisha is in, Gene Coleman is in, Talia is in, Barbara is in, Jacqueline is in, Dolores is in. No, Tam, you weren't first. Deborah, Leah, Mama Marsha is on, Lynn is on, and let me see. All right, Terry. Thank you, my Quan. You understand what's going on, right? I know. Coach Cassell, tonight is the big night, right? Tonight is the big night. Rains and Rebo and Jacksonville. Good to see Lily on, and good to see Priscilla on. Alicia is on. Gloria, hello. Deanna, hello. Thank you, Terry. Ernestine, hello. Hello, Linda Farino. Thank you, Jean. The game is tomorrow. Rachel, good to see you. Rockin' Robin McDaniel Beck is on. And me, Quan, look, I got to do what I got to do. So a couple of things happening. So first thing was this. Preston Johnson. So I'm minding my own business, right? I get home and my computer decides, and there's a couple of reasons why I was late. But I'm going to tell you to show you the first reason why. So this is my computer right now. So it's sitting here working it out. And so that's part of the reason why I was so late. So chat is on. Good to see you, chat. So I know where Trish and Chat are. Kareem, thank you. Lawanda, hello. Barbara Kaufman, good to see you, Mama Barbara. Patricia, Sarah Stevens is on. Liberty County's finest and Liberty City's finest. Thank you. Red Strawberries is on with us, and Lisa Wiggins, good to see you. Sharon Renee is on. Hello. All right, good to see Jaquan Oliver on. Hello, sir. Sandra Wilson is on. Pastor Leroy Pollen III is on. Leonard, good to see you. Thank you. Chat, I appreciate that. Yeah, you're right. E. Joyce Paris, I was looking. She finally missed one. She finally missed one. Joyce Paris has made all of them except for one. Evelyn is on with us. Nikki is on. Camilla Flintstyle is on. Nicole Walter. Terica, we don't know where you've been, but we're happy to see you. Brian is a hater. And needs a life. Lita, good to see you. Lynette is on with us. Barbara Askew is on. Hello. Josie Jones is on. Hello. Sheila is on with us as well. Lisa, thank you very much. Leslie is on with us as well. Pastor Thurman Neal Tillman has joined us. Sonia is on. Hello. Bob, I appreciate that and thank you. Elaine, hello. Catherine is on. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lisa. Good to see Serena Robinson on. Terica is working. Okay. All right. Pastor, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Sandra Smith is on. Jaquan says City Hall didn't allow you to come in. Why not? You just came on in, man. Anna is on. Salute those to you. Thank you, Patricia. Angie Scott from the DMV is on. Dana, I'm glad you did. Brian is somebody who needs a life. Good to see the wonderful Hanifa Shabazz, the former uh, council president of Wilmington, Delaware. So good to see her on with us. And thank you, Terica. Sheena Johnson is on. Thank you, CL Quarterman. Thank you, Sandra. Tanja, good to see you. Caroline, too cool, I see you. All right, now the computer is up, right? Carlitha is on, and Taurus is on with us. Stephanie is on. Hello. Matthew, hello. Um, Darren says FEMA is denying letters. Jocelyn, where have you been? Good to see you. Nicole King, the King and I. Good to see you. Good to see Faye Law is on. I hope our little friend is on. During the storm. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about, Jaquan. Yeah, man. Look, we were trying to be safe out there. Anna, hello. Michelle, good to see Michelle on from the Bahamas. We are truly international. Georgia Banks is on, and Laurette is on. Thank you. Latasha Jarrett is on with us. Thank you, Betty. And Sandra as well. And now I am getting a phone call that I must hold on. Let me see if I can deal with this. Wait a minute. I'm keeping on with y'all. Hold on. I have to take this. Hey. Yes. Then I have to make a copy of it. Just has to make a copy of it. I'll call you. I'll call you back. What you can do is you can take those to the front. We'll get them filled out, and then you can take them down to whomever. Yeah, yeah, because they can always take it off by the time the stay is over. Did, right, right, or just go by somewhere and get that done. Yeah, yeah, we'll find somewhere. Somebody got a copy machine somewhere. All right, all right. Did they eat? Okay, all right, all right. Thank you. All right, all right. Bye bye. I'm sorry. I have members of my youth commission out on the road, and so just kind of being Papa Bear, looking out for them. Sheba, where have you been? Sheba, it's too late for you to wish me a happy birthday. You should have did that yesterday. I was looking forward to it too. Samaria is on. Jacqueline Graves, Lady Leah Bug. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate all of your wonderful love and thoughts. Oh, Astra. All right, Astra. I see you. And Dion. All right, Astra and Dion is on. And good to see Redina on. I saw you yesterday. And Tabitha, thank you. Mama Julia, thank you very much. I appreciate that. All the women, Estella Shabazz is on with us. Good evening, ma'am, and thank you. Alan Wright has joined us. The maestro, Spencer Ellis White III, is on, and he called me because he said I was running late. Barbara Dolores is on. Julia Carter. Robert Richards, good to see you as well. Kathy Boggs, good to see you. And Stephanie, thank you as well. Aunt Ollie is on. Gwen is on. Justin O'Leary, happy birthday to Elisa Ann O'Leary. Thank you. And good to see you as well. Alan Wright and Richard Dinkins is on. Sarah is on with us, and Barbara. Thank you. Angie Alfonso, I saw today. Savannah Black History is on. Des Duval, you have power yet, man? La Ta is on. Carolyn Daniels, thank you. Pat Solomon, hello. Cheryl Mitchell. The Patrick Rowley, the extraordinary gentleman, is on. So you know we're really blessed to have him on. Joyce Wright is on as well. Let me see. Sheila is on. Kathleen is on. All of you, thank you so much for Bernice Lohman. Good to see Valerie as well. Thank you all so much for joining us. It is Friday night. Good to see Brenda Hayco on with us. And Des, we got business taken care of. But it is Friday. And you know what? and Terica, I'll get your question in a minute. Couple of things. So right now, my computer now is acting like it wants to work, but I'm already on. I was running late. Pat Richardson, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. This is Friday Night Live. We are so glad and grateful that you've joined us. Sorry for running late. It was Felicia Cuspert's fault. Well, Felicia Cuspert Chapman's fault. I was at an event and she was holding me up, asking me a bunch of questions, and I said I got to go. Talking about she tried to put in to try to say she put in for a late pass. No, we don't give late passes on Friday Night Live. You get in here. So I was at the Hungry Club forum, and it was at Carrie Hilliard's, and they had a fire at Carrie Hilliard's on Abercorn. So that was really interesting because the fire was happening at the Carrie Hilliard's in the back on Abercorn while we were having the Hungry Club Forum event in the little banquet room in the back. Well, eventually the power went out in the back room out there. And wait a minute, they calling me again. I have to take care of the kids. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Hey. It was three. It was three on one reservation, and the driver had one on a separate reservation. Your three are all under my name. The driver's name one is under his name. Yeah, and I did a credit card authorization for his room. Okay. All right. No. All right. Look, gotta make sure these kids are all right. So today, we are celebrating with Dr. Tony Jordan and his parents. 65 years of marriage. Congratulations. Please tell them that I said hello and congratulations. Patty, good to see you. Justin, you're welcome. Good to see the Tates are in the house. Catherine, thank you. Thank you, Rita. Patricia, hey, my Patricia, hope you're doing better. Jackie, I was late, but I was getting here. I was running to get here. Look, my Quan Green is on here. He knows I was getting it. Stacy, good to see you as well. Lahoma as well. Christina, Michelle is on. Thank you so much. Monica, Sarah Malone is on. Sarah Malone, your daughter's looking for you. Sarah Malone, please call Monica Malone Jackson. She's looking for you. Thank you all so much. Shirley Spears as well. Thank you, Robin. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Jordan. Thank you. Congratulations from the city of Savannah and from all of us for 65 years. Good to see Stoney, my beautiful niece, Cheyenne, who wrote the nicest little thing for me. Thank you. Jasmine, I left you hanging in your inbox. I'm sorry. I asked you what you needed, but I'll get back with you when I get finished with this. Pat Solomon is in upstate New York. Pastor Charles Dumas is on with us. Jorsette is on with us. Hello. Keith Kimbo, good to see you, sir, as well. I'm multitasking, but good to see all of you. Thank you for joining us. So a couple of things we want to do. First thing, as you know, thank you so much for joining us. It's Friday Night Live. As you know, we send out love to our girl Tara. Hashtag Tara Strong. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Let me see. I might be able to do it. Hashtag Tara Strong. So it's a little antiquated because I'm not on my usual computer. So, but I was not going to let a little mild inconvenience stop me from getting on Friday Night Live. I just wasn't going to let it happen. I'm sorry. I wasn't going to let it happen. I was not going to have look like I'm feeling scrumptious, Kimberly. What does that mean? Yeah, so Tara Strong, and then we send out love to our lupus warriors. We want to send that out. And then we send love out to our multiple sclerosis warriors. So we know that you may have you might have lupus or you might have multiple sclerosis, but we know they do not have you. Good to see D. Jermaine Reed from Kansas City, Missouri on with us, or wherever he is this week. Tyler, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Johnny, hello. I appreciate that. Good to see you. And so we're sending out love on another Friday night that we're fortunate to be here. Patrick, so it's Felicia's fault that I was late. All right. So I'm at this event and I'm trying to leave, right? Because I got to get over here and she's telling me that she wanted an excused absence. We don't do excused absences on Friday Night Live. If you're alive, you check in. Everybody wants to know how they're doing. So that's what happened. That's why I was running a little bit late. And then I got here and my computer decided that it wanted to install every update in the world. So anyway, a couple of things I wanted to point out. And again, this is week number, I don't remember. I don't remember which week this is. This is 154 maybe? I have to check. I think it's week one, number 154. Let me see if I can get in here and find out because that is important. I'm going to find out what week we are. Let's see. Oh, see, now it's being slow again. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Oh, now Felicia on now, y'all. After she made me late, now she wants to come on and she'll speak because Patrick Riley shouted her out. You know what? Y'all are not right at all. I'm just saying. Y'all not right. Y'all not right. Y'all not right. You're not right. But anyway, all right. Former Special Operations Forces got the green light to go to North Carolina. I did hear about that. Thank you very much. Glad to hear that. So Robert is saying it's 237. Dana is saying it's 265. All right, so we have to all agree about what's going on, which one it is. 226. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. So I'll find out. Barbara Pinckney is probably right. I think it is 237, but let me check. All right, Kathy's saying it's 237. So, all right, I'm going to go with 237. Zion! And Brittany, good to see you as well. Terry, yes, Miss Chapman was my friend too, but she still made me late. So y'all blame her. Lorena Walden, good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about as I get into this. First of all, hey, Brittany, how wonderfully blessed we are. A week ago, we were with over 120,000 people in this city that did not have electricity. 120,000 people. 70% of our city was without electricity. Tonight, we are about 97%. There are still 3%, roughly about 3,000 people in our community that do not have power. It has been a very hard week for us. It's been a very trying week for us. It's been a very difficult week for us. But yet we're still here. We have houses and homes in which we will be able to get power to. We have friends in Augusta. We have friends in Valdosta. We have friends in Asheville who don't have homes to get power to. Sometimes we have to be able to count our blessings before we count our losses. And I know that it was very frustrating for us this week. It was extremely frustrating for me. I didn't have power. And these crazy people out here talking about that I was making sure power was on downtown and I was putting power to SCAD. It was the stupidest thing. And I can't believe how we let people say stupid stuff that makes no sense at all. Everybody knows, and everybody with sense knows, that the city of Savannah does not do power. We don't do power. Georgia Power, which is a statewide utility, does power. That's it. And the fact of the matter is, people say, well, we weren't prepared. No, we were not prepared for a Category 4 coming up our backside that did not hit us. We were never hit by the storm. We were never hit by the storm. And yet, we had hundreds of trees knocked down, poles knocked down, snapped in half, blocking streets. How do I know? Because I was out there. Trees on people's houses, trees blocking roadways, trees on people's cars. And yet, we lost no one during that storm. In Savannah, 0 lives lost and 2 fatalities. I'm sorry, 2 injuries, no lives lost. The other night, I got called out because there was a Hispanic family. For some reason, the husband, the wife, and the son had the generator in their home, and all 3 of them passed away, which was really sad. Hey, Donica. But the bigger picture, as difficult as it was, as challenging as it was, as uncomfortable as it was, the fact of the matter is, where we had trees falling down, we were going to have power outages. And for the people who thought that I was living here in the lap of luxury, no, it was hot in my house too, just like everybody else's. And it could have been worse. It's getting better. Team Savannah had been working out there. And that's right, Pat's husband, Daryl, works for Georgia Power, and he puts power on the grid, and his wife didn't have power. But, we have to be able to confront straight out lies and foolishness and fantasies. I think people just like sometimes believing in conspiracy theories. If something wrong with me, it's because somebody had to have had something against me, which is just a backwards way of thinking. And hopefully we get to elevate our minds. Again, for me, I was just grateful that we didn't lose anybody. I was grateful for the houses I rode by that I saw trees on them, that the trees didn't fall on and kill somebody within the house. I was grateful for the cars that were impaled by power poles, that no one was in the car that lost their lives. Yeah, we had property damage. We had a lot of property damage. But the fact of the matter is, property can be replaced. And it could be difficult. It could be hard. But when you can't replace lives. And so I implore you to be grateful as I am for that, because there are more storms out on the ocean, and they're moving this way. Hey, Kenya. And so for me, it was just about being grateful, because they still looking for people in Asheville, North Carolina. There are streets that have been totally decimated because of this storm. And, you have to just be careful about who you let steal your joy. And you have to be careful about who you have around you that will try to take away a grateful spirit. Dr. Jordan says the city of Rennes was hit very hard. I mean, hey, Mary Carter, where you been? Hey, Barbara, thank you so much. We just have to make sure that we do what we can do. My goal was, although I'm not the power company, although I'm not Comcast, I wanted to make sure that everything I knew, you knew. And so I became the messenger. And you know what? Sometimes the messages were not good, but you needed to know. You needed to know and understand very clearly what was going on. And I, thank you, Monica. Thank you, Yolanda. Hey, Bishop Van Marie Green, thank you so much. so my goal was to make sure that, wait a minute, what happened? Recognize the ladies of Savannah High School for making history. First time they went to the Final Four, Sierra. So congratulations to the young ladies of Savannah High School. Mary Arby, I hope you're remaining safe. But, we just have to make sure that we are doing what we can to keep the main thing, and major in the major things and not major in minor things. And so the majoring in minor things is some conspiracy theory that, I cut the Sam Knights. I can't even cut all my own power. My goal is to make sure, and I did. I tried every day to put out reports and make sure you understood what was going on. Be very clear, this was not a evacuation event. And certainly from the city of Savannah standpoint, from SEMA, our partners, this was a good call. Because the problem is if you evacuate, you might be running into the storm. And so, that was the deal. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Dana, for that. But, we're grateful. So we have 3,000 people. They're still trying to do better in terms of getting that down. Again, we work with Georgia Power. I went yesterday. Keith, I'm glad your brother is safe. Thank you, Alfonso. We went out to the staging area on Fort Argyle Road. They have 3,000 linemen. 3,000 linemen. I'll post pictures later, but 3,000 linemen that are living in trailers and trucks out there. Good to see Alma. Yeah, Terry, I'm not Georgia Power. I'm not Xfinity. I'm not Comcast. Good to see the Honorable Kendra Rowe from Brunswick on. Thank you so much. Yeah, all I could do is what to do. If you didn't keep people informed, they say we didn't know nothing. So, I don't control electricity. I don't control Comcast. I control Savannah Water, and Savannah Water was safe. All these other folks were having these ball alerts. The city of Savannah's system, sewer system, and water system were both maintained and safe, and so we did not have to boil our water. I see Senator Mallow has joined us after he just got finished where I was in the dark, and he did a good message in the dark too. So, Barbara, yeah, we could be great. Yeah, I agree. It was hard and some experienced real trauma. But I think, on the other end of it, the fact of the matter is our trauma is nothing like Augusta trauma. Our trauma is nothing like Valdosta trauma. Our trauma is nothing like Asheville trauma. And so for us, I think we have to be able to make sure we make the main thing. Because I hate to say it, but the day may come in which we're really traumatized. This was a significant storm that did not touch us. And we have to teach people how to deal with trauma. And so part of me, how I've dealt with trauma throughout the years, is I try to find the good in stuff. If I know all things work together for the good, then my goal is to be able to find the good. If all things work together for good. So in the midst of all the property damage, what I found in it, Barbara, was I'm grateful that no one lost their lives. And so I hold on to that. I hold on to the fact that no one lost their lives. And I'm just so blessed, and you should too. You had a phenomenal team in Team Savannah. We had our sanitation workers out there all week. We've had our park and tree out all week. We had our police and fire out there all week. They worked. We had public works out there moving trees, clearing streets. We're doing yard debris pickups and all of that. But I mean, Barbara, I mean, I think, for people with personal trauma, I mean, they have to deal with that personally. I think my charge is really to deal with everybody. I have to deal with the universal. And I think there's help for people to be able to to deal with the personal trauma. Because what I do know, Barbara's on the other end of it, is that the people in Asheville are traumatized more. It's a different thing to be traumatized with a roof over your head and electricity. And again, there are people who are looking for their families. And so I'm just, again, I'm not disagreeing with you, but on the other end of it, if people are around speaking, finding a good way of things, I believe it could be contagious. And so we have to be able to do that. Good to see my cousin Pam and my brother and friend, the Honorable Vince Williams, the mayor of Union City, Georgia. He is a great leader. So it's good to see you, Vince, Mayor. I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. So that's what I wanted to talk about that. So second thing was good to see you, Kurt. And Alfonso. We needed to do a better job of communicating with our Hispanic families, right? And so we working with Alfonso and our OLA task force. Rose, thank you. We're working with them because we need to communicate more with our Hispanic brothers and sisters that have issues with language, and language is a barrier. So we've been working harder in communicating with them, and Alfonso's been helping us with that. So I appreciate that. And so we move on. That was the first thing. Second thing was we had a Patricia. Yeah, we had some. Dietrich Leggett was all over the place. Scott Brown, good to see you. Thank you for all your work. But these linemen were out there, really putting in hard work, and I saw them all hours of the day. And power, as I know, and electricity, as I found out, is extremely difficult. You have people on different power grids. Power grids don't respect neighborhoods. Power grids don't respect street boundaries. So you could very well have one side of the street that has power and the other side of the street that don't have power. You can have one side of a neighborhood have power and another side not have neighborhood. And here I am, the mayor of Savannah, and I couldn't make my power go on any faster by being mad at it. I knew and I believe that, Georgia Power, they had folks in from Mississippi and Alabama that, we had, again, 3,000 linemen living here in Savannah in cots, literally. They were living there, and, they were coming from all over the place, and they were working. And I figured that when they got to my street and when they were able to resolve the issues, they would resolve the issues. The other thing about it was that people were saying, well, I don't see a truck in my neighborhood. Well, you wouldn't see a truck in your neighborhood because this was not an issue about transformers. This was an issue about transmission. And so sometimes your transmission sends power to your transformer. And so we had to make sure that was taken care of. Good to see Amari Adams on. I'm glad that, I didn't have to go to Amari Adams' space, that I was looking at him, and I'm looking at him and he wasn't looking at me. So, but anyway, I want to talk about that. I was also glad now that the strike is over with the longshoremen. I went out and I stood on the picket line with the members of the ILA 1414, and there were three more unions. I don't remember all of the numbers right now. If anybody knows the numbers of the locals out there, I was out there with them because I believe in collective bargaining. That's a trademark of the American labor movement, that people in some categories are able to bargain for better wages and working conditions. Yeah, Terry, it's true. And so this was an opportunity. I know 1414 was one of them. And I stood up around them. Thank you, Pat. ILA Local 14 75, ILA Local 2046, and ILA 1414. And I still with them. These were our neighbors. These are our neighborhoods. They live with us. And the fact is that, the shipping companies are bringing in billions of dollars. And I just think if a company is doing well, they should share the wealth a little bit. And so I didn't take a side in what was going on. I just believe in collective bargaining, and they need to get it worked out. And so they've gotten it worked out on the short end. And so we appreciate that, we were able to get a situation in which at least through January, things are all right. So my shouts out to our ILA locals and certainly to the ILA leadership and to the shippers as well, and to Georgia ports, because Georgia ports are opening again, and we'll get these ships in here, and we'll be able to go on and continue living our best lives. So I wanted to talk about that. The other thing I want to talk about is my birthday. Yesterday was my birthday, and I will tell you, the older I get, the more grateful I get for them. I was going to do a little event yesterday for my birthday, and I couldn't go out partying and having an event because y'all would have been talking about me bad. Here he is enjoying his birthday, and I don't have no power, so I didn't do it. So my birthday was very, very quiet. I went to the Safe Shelter Domestic Violence Vigil, got me something to eat, and came on home, and that was the end. But I am really so grateful for all of you throughout the day yesterday who was sending me a bunch of love. Thank you so much, Bren and Justin. Thank you, David. Thank you, Hilda. Thank you, Angelique and Angie. I appreciate it. So no, I'm just, you're just grateful for when you just get another year. I mean, every day is a birthday now. Every day is a birthday now. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. Hey, Shavor, I hope you're doing well. I'll figure out a way to celebrate later, and I'll tell you all about it. Y'all can cash at me if you want to, okay? Since everybody doing the cash app, y'all can cash at me if y'all want to. But anyway, I think I want to talk about that too. So, the strike, and I want to talk about my birthday, and then Love and Lenard's birthday. Sister's birthday was yesterday. Stoney, that's what you say, right? Cash at me, right? See, I learned everything from Stoney that I need to know, so thank you. Donna Kerr! So any questions, anything I can answer? You have any questions? We have a couple of things. So let me tell you about this. So I had to throw out all my food, right? I mean, once you get past 48 hours on your refrigerator, once you get past 4 hours on your refrigerator and 48 hours on your 48 hours on your freezer, you had to throw your stuff out. So I had to throw all my stuff out. I had to throw out all my steak, my filet mignon. I had to throw out all my caviar. I had to throw out all my Alaska snow crab legs. I had to throw out all my king crabs. I had to throw out my Alaskan salmon. I had to throw out all this good stuff. I had to throw out all that stuff. I had, some Maui mahi there. I had to throw that out. I had some calamari from Antarctica. I had to throw all that stuff out. I had the Omaha steaks. I had to throw those out too. I had all this stuff. I had my organic milk. I had to throw that out. I had organic Kool-Aid. I had to throw that out. All that stuff. And now, in some cases, right, depending on who you are, who you're insured with, you can get your food replaced. It's in your homeowner's or your renter's policy. Okay? So that's the deal with that. Okay? So I have country Country Financial, I believe it is, insurance. And so when I did that, they actually gave me money for my stuff. I know a Country does it. I know USAA does it. If you have USAA, Alverna, you need to mind your business. That you all in grown people business. But if you are in USAA, or if you're in USAA, or if you're in Country, like I said, I had that. I don't think AAA. I mean, I don't think State Farm does it. But there are other folks out there who do it. Hey, cousin Perry, good to see you. And we'll try to find out who does it. But check to see whether your policy covers food spoilage. And again, Georgia Farm Bureau, Redina, your Georgia Farm Bureau gives money for food spoilage. So if it is, we'll let you know, and you can file it. Now, the other thing is you need to know and be clear about is that I put out the money for FEMA. Joyce, Liberty Mutual does it too. Allstate does it. See, so are y'all just listing y'all insurance companies? Or are you saying that that they give money, they give reimbursements for food? All right. All right. Barbara says her rental insurance would have covered it. Okay. Well, I know Luanda Tillman, State Farm does not do it. I know some people call State Farm. State Farm does not do reimbursement for food. I do know that. Hey, Sadie Campbell is on, y'all. So everything is all right now. Mother Sadie Campbell has joined us, 100 years old, and y'all know we love her. So, all right, so Georgia Farm Bureau does it. All right, Allstate does it. All right, Allstate, Georgia Farm Bureau does it. Country does it. USAA does it, okay? All right, Darlene is saying Allstate does not. I know State Farm says no. But y'all check with Allstate. Anybody got money from Allstate? We need to check that to make sure. All right, Alfonso says Geico does. So sometimes you have to do a small deductible. So, again, you just never know unless you ask. Call your agent and ask the question. You had spoilage due to extensive power outage, and find out what was going on with that, and we want you to find out. Okay. All right. So that's the deal with that. Let me think of what else. Tomorrow we have the funeral services of James Putney. Many of you, James Putney has come on to Friday Night Live, and he lost. He gained his life last week, and so, Mama Charlotte, who you ignoring? Who's upsetting you? Who I got to block because who is it? Who is it? But anyway, but I'll find it. So if your insurance company does it, let me know and I will post it. Like I said, it might require for you to do a small deductible, but I mean the small deductible might be worth the money you're going to get back. But let me go back. So James Putney, a great guy, great Savannah, a great friend, and so his services are tomorrow at 11 o'clock at Jonesville Baptist Church. And so, we are just thinking about his family, his wife, Sabrina. He was just a great guy. Miss Ivernia Jackson has joined us. She was in the dark with me. So I was good to see her as well. All right. Yeah. So if it is, so let me make sure we're right, because I want to make sure I have the right one. So I know Georgia. I mean, Country does it, and I know USAA does it. Let me see. Does Allstate do it? Yes or no? I know State Farm does not do it. Does Geico do it? So any of the Geico people. Now, don't just say that if, hey, Greg, don't just say that if, because if you don't know, then, don't say Nationwide does it and then you don't know whether they did it or not. So I don't want to give people wrong information. I know USAA does it, homeowners insurance. I know, Johnny, I have Country too, and they did it too. So I have Country, I have USAA, and I have Allstate. Good to see you, Mother Sadie. Let me see. I don't know who else does it. Does Geico do it? Okay, so Joyce says Liberty Mutual does it. All right. So Joyce says Liberty Mutual. All right, monitor deductible. Navy Federal does it, Brenda? I'm trying to bless y'all. Look, I mean, hey, we perish for the lack of knowledge. So if if your insurance, if you're paying insurance, right? If you're paying insurance and that is a benefit of your insurance, then you need to know what that benefit is, right? And so I just want to make sure you know. So I know Country does, USAA does, Allstate does, Liberty Mutual does. State Farm will do it for renters insurance, but the deductible is high. Oh, I'm sorry. Georgia Farm Bureau does it, Vera. Thank you. Georgia Farm does it. Okay. Geico does it through their homeowner sub home style. Okay. So we got that. Good. So we got that. Two other things. Well, on Friday, I'm sorry, on Monday. Okay, Greg says Nationwide does. Okay. On Monday is the last day to vote, register to vote in this election. If you have someone that is 17 and a half or above, make sure you are registered to vote. I don't have the opportunity to put it in the chat tonight, but for those of you, check and make sure that your voter registration is where it needs to be. Make sure everybody in your house is registered to vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I just insist that you be a part of the process. You need to cast your say-so in what's going on in the world and in the country that you live in. So the 7th is the last day to register to vote. And in as much as my Norda said, somebody said free gas. Somebody did say free gas, but I don't remember who it was. My father's birthday is on Sunday. And so this will be the first birthday that I will have without him. I always kind of considered myself his birthday gift because my birthday was 3 days before his. And thank you, Dana B. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. So, I'm trying to see, how I'm going to be feeling, this year without my dad. So I'm going to see how all that goes. So are there any questions, anything I can answer? Dana has put the registration. You can check it. So thank you for that. Thank you, Carolyn. Free gas at the Chevron tomorrow, Abercorn in Tibet. Starts at 9 a.m. If I were you, you better be in line at 5 a.m. because people are going to be in line to get that free gas. So thank you, Olivia, for saying that. Early voting starts on October the 15th. So thank you. Norda, thank you. Any questions or anything that I can help with? I know I got on a little bit late, but I told you it was Felicia's fault and it was Verna Jackson's fault. And it was Derek Mallow's fault. Carrie Hughes had a fire, and so Carrie Hughes on the Abercorn had a fire, and because it had a fire there, it created an issue at the banquet hall, and the power went out. I don't know if the power ever did turn back on. I had to leave because I had to get here. So Donica is letting you all know about the free gas this weekend. Yeah, I was looking forward to my carry ahead. So I had to get me some food before I left, right? Because I had to be here. Yes, Keith, dinner blanc is tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Thank you, Sister Tillman. I appreciate that. I guess for me, I don't know how to feel. I mean, I don't know. I kind of been a little flat again. I was going to do something yesterday, but then it was like, well, I'm not, until, I'm not going to, be out here turning up and people don't have their lights on. So, Carolyn, how is the lady doing? Oh, you talking about Tara. Tara is doing okay. Tara is doing okay. Barbara, is there a lot of damage carrier heads? I do not know. I don't think it's a structure fire. I think it's a kitchen fire. So I think they're okay. I think they just have to get that taken care of. Thank you, Barbara, for pointing that out. Hey, Tammy, good to see you. I'm going to try to celebrate my birthday. And then Carolyn, hey, little Savannah. Hey, girl. Carolyn took little Savannah from us. Savannah was one of my favorite citizens here in Savannah, and she took her away from us. So thank you, Radina. Yeah. So, we have the Philharmonic in the Park tomorrow. We have dinner en blanc tomorrow. A lot of things happening tomorrow. Thank you, Spencer. We're praying for Reverend Todd Rhodes, who's had a medical issue. So, hey, Tammy, good to see you. And Naima does not live in Savannah, but she supports me. I appreciate that. I am doing well, Tammy. We do the best we can. But I will tell you this. And every week I'm sitting here saying, be prepared. When it's in Forsyth Park, I say, be prepared. And there were some people clearly who are better prepared than others. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, Miss Mia. But I keep saying, for us, you have to be prepared. I was okay for about 3 days. Now I'm going to try to get to 5 days. The question is, if you're 5 days without power, how do you survive? And these folks have been buying generators off the shelves. Everybody may not have a generator, but think about how that all works, right? Thank you, Ebony. I appreciate you. Prepare now. Hurricane season is from June 1st to December 1st. We are not out of this yet. Our most busiest active hurricane times is from September the 1st through like the middle of October. Okay? And so be prepared. Many people didn't think it was going to happen to you. You thought it was a game or something like that. Thank you, Regina. I appreciate that. And you found out life is real. And although this was bad, it could have been really so much worse. I see Pastor Charles Robertson on. I want to thank him because, Kingdom Life, as always, they stepped up. They did hot meals, food trucks, did charging stations. First Tabernacle did it. We had churches and mosques and synagogues doing it all. And we really need more houses of faith to build capacity, to be organized, to make sure that you have the infrastructure in place to be able to help. And so I know Pastor Robertson, who's a big organization guy, he would be more than glad to help faith leaders at your house of faith. if you want to be able to help and you have the space to be able to help, I'm sure he'd be more than willing to help you, put you in a position to be able to help. Because at the end of the day, the city can't help everybody. Second Harvest Food Bank did an amazing job. They were out there. We were giving out boxes of food and canned goods, and we were giving out water. So they did a great job with that. But on the other end of it, then they'll turn around giving out hot meals as well. So we know that this is an opportunity to get there, and we want to make sure we do it. Carolyn, I will post the United Way has a Ready Recovery Fund, and so this will be a way for you to donate. So I'll send that to you. Okay, send me a note, Carolyn, who took Savannah from me. All right, thank you. Any other questions? Anything else I can answer? Anything else? See, Pastor Roberson. See, I volunteered him, and then he turned around and volunteered himself. I mean, we have to have all hands on deck, right? So I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you all for being able to do that. So, any other questions? Hey, Tanisha, my sister Tanisha is on. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Anybody else? Krista, that's right. We had Savannah State that was hugely impacted. And so, we're grateful. It was difficult, as well. So, Robert, what about help for those who don't have transportation to get to giveaways? That's why we have to have houses of faith, because houses of faith are in every neighborhood. So what we need to be able to have, in my mind, is strategically placed to be able to have houses of faith in every neighborhood that can be those types of spaces. I mean, Pastor Roberson basically took care of the entire South Side. It was not very, very far. And so that's why we have to get more people and more houses of faith, more nonprofits, to make sure that they are able to have the infrastructure, have the organization in place to be able to step up and do those things. Terry is shouting out the May Street Havisham and May Street and Havisham YMCA. Great job as well. So I thank you about that. And again, people ask about why I didn't order a curfew. It was because people need to eat. People need to eat. And everybody wasn't out of, people need to get where they need to get. And so we tried to do what we could to make sure that people have places to go. Danny, yes, neighborhoods do need people to organize. Any other questions? Anything else I can address? Yes, Akeem, President Trump was not in the M market, and yes, it was my fault, according to what they said. But he's supposed to be coming back, so look, we wanted that money. I mean, if anybody wants to come in and speak, if they want to rent out the M market arena, let them rent it out. Just pay. I mean, when it comes to that, we're not red or blue, we're green. We are green. So, any other questions? Anything else I can answer for all of you? Yeah, we want that money, man. We ain't sitting there. Why would I tell President Trump that he couldn't use the in-market arena? I mean, why would I do that? I mean, no, we want you to use the in-market arena. Alfonso, thank you. Yes, it's Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. So to all of our thank you. Justin, we're not sure, but I know there's no air in the Johnny Mercer Arena. in the Martin Luther King Arena. We don't have any air in there. So, Patty, you have a question? Go ahead. Go ahead and ask your question, Patty. Thank you, Ebony. Yeah, why would I stop somebody? Man, no, man, you come on here, come on back, pay the money, and you could be wherever you want to be. Matter of fact, you could be up in there for a week if you want to be. I mean, I'm fine with that. I ain't doing that. People just want something to be able to say. No, we're going to get our money up front. You pay before you use our spaces, so. All right, there was a question. Patty, helicopters from 9 Line go to North Carolina. Patty, I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. Right. So busy weekend on tap. Let me tell you how much I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Thank you for sharing our updates. Again, for me, it's been always about make sure. Oh, okay. Oh, see, Karen knows everything, right? Karen Gwen knows everything. So Karen knows everything. So Karen knows that. So thank you, Karen. Yeah, I mean, look, I have residents here that are Republicans. I'm not getting in the middle of that. I mean, why? I mean, you know, I have who I like. Other people have who they like. I mean, I don't have no problem with that. I mean, I want people to like who they like. And I want them all to come to Savannah. I want everybody to come to Savannah. I want everybody to come here and court Savannaians. And because that means we're important. I want them to court us. I want them to show us love. I want them to show us favor. I want them to ask you for your votes. I want them to answer policy questions. I mean, at the end of the day, that's just good for Savannah. So I'm just saying. Anyway, Gracie's having a party at 3030 Hopkins. Send that to me, okay? I'll try to get out. Anyway, thank y'all so much. I think I'm losing my voice. God bless you all. Be safe. Thank you so much, as always, for keeping me in your prayers. And thank you always for being Savannah Strong. Good night, everybody.